Alright, everybody. Now this could have been the coolest thing that we could have possibly gotten from this freaking Pokemon Presents that happened on Friday. This is possibly the coolest possible thing they could have done. Now, when they showed me Diamond and Pearl remakes, if someone were to tell me, oh, they announced something else, it's pretty new and interesting, and it's better, I would not believe them. But they would be right. And of course, as you can tell by... Actually, you might not be able to tell by the title of the game, but I am talking about Pokemon Legends Arceus. Now, in case you guys don't know, this was a Pokemon game that takes place in, like, old-time Sinnoh, where there's, like, no civilization there yet. There's, like, some villages, as we saw, like, one in the trailer, but then everything else is just full-on wilderness. Like, there's no... What's the word I'm looking for? There's no... Well, civilization would be the right word. So there's no civilization, no industrialization. That's a good word for it. And yeah, that is... It's a cool concept in and of itself, but that's not the main reason that it's really cool. The main reason it's really cool is because it's an open world Pokemon game, like full on open world. You thought the wild area was the best they could do? It is not. And I don't know if y'all know this, but I love the wild areas in Sword and Shield, even though I'm not a massive fan of Sword and Shield. They're alright, but I digress. So you running around, free roaming, seeing all the Pokemon all around you, and you can just sneak up on their asses and just boom, get caught. And then it's crazy. You can ninja roll and stuff. It's literally like being a ninja, but you're trying to catch Pokemon. So it's like something was saying, I don't know if this was on the website or anything, or if it's just speculation, but something said something about you're trying to make the first Pokedex, which I think is a cool concept for how, like, they're doing the game. Like, you're in Sinnoh, but it's like a newly inhabited region when it comes to humans, and you're trying to gather an index of all the Pokemon that are there for the first time, apparently, which I think is just a sick concept of it. And there's confusion with this. There's a little bit of confusion in regards to battling, because at first they showed, like, a Lucario and I think it was a Staraptor, and the Lucario just used, like, close combat or something on the Staraptor, and there wasn't any, like, GUI for the battle, like, at all. And it just looked like it was, like, the trainer was like, hey, attack that thing, and then the Lucario was like, boom, 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 and all that crap. But I don't know, because later on, I believe it was a Gallade and a Garchomp, and they were in a battle with a regular type, obviously a new look, regular kind of Pokemon battle GUI, and I was confused, because then that would mean that there's either two types of battles, or I don't know what I saw the first time. It might have not been close combat. Maybe he was becoming friends. Maybe it was just a really vigorous hug from the Lucario to the Staraptor. But I I have no idea. It's looking like there's going to be two different combat styles. It's hard to tell. There's some leaks that I heard about that are saying random crap. I'm not going to choose to believe or disbelieve them, because there's no way of telling if they're right. You can never tell if a source is credible or not. They could even, on the slim chance, just have a lucky guess, which would be pretty funny if they just leaked information thinking it was false and then it came true. That would be funny. But yeah, so it's just a really cool concept. The graphics look beautiful. In the reveal trailer, the gameplay footage had some massive frame drops. Like, the in-game footage, you were running that shit at like 10 frames per second. It looked pretty freaking bad, but the graphics looked amazing. Like, we're talking, like, if you were to picture Pokemon be made into a Breath of the Wild style game, it wouldn't your wildest dreams of it wouldn't look that much better than this. Your wildest dreams, it would look exactly as good as Breath of the Wild, which I wouldn't expect from it, honestly. because that would be like amazing. But I'm not surprised and I'm not upset that it's not that, because what we got is still pretty freaking good. Now, I personally, like I said before, I'm more excited and I think it's cooler. Like, I'm more excited for this than I am for the Sinnoh remakes, and I'm pretty excited for the Sinnoh remakes, if you couldn't tell from, like, 3 hours ago. I'm pretty excited for both of these, but I'm a little more leaning towards Legends. I'm getting both, obviously, but just because it's new and it looks sick and the graphics are incredible, I'm just praying that in one way or another there's some type of there's some type of multiplayer or even like home transferring. That would be sick. I'm also praying, like what I said with the Diamond Pearl remakes, with every Pokemon being in the game. Now, my hopes are not nearly as high for Legends as they are for Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, because Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, they can do whatever they want, because when they make a remake, it usually, they try to stay true to the original games, but they also in a way make them in an alternate universe, like how in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire Mega Evolution existed and there are slight story alterations. Legends, however, is lore-wise taking place a really long time ago, so it would be very, unless it's in an alternate timeline, it would be very odd for Pokemon after Generation 4, or actually any Pokemon outside of Sinnoh would not make much sense to be found in it. Obviously, we know there probably will be. I think we might have seen some non-Sinnoh Pokemon in there. Yeah, there was a Rhyhorn. So, we're going to be seeing some non-Gen 4 Pokemon before that. So my assumption is all the Pokemon that are available as wild encounters in Diamond, Pearl, or even Platinum, the original games, is all you're going to be able to find in Legends, which I think makes the most sense, because like how they described with what they're doing with the starters, with the Oshawott, the Cyndaquil, and the Rowlet, which personally I think that's a really cool concept, having 3 already existing starters, but all from different regions. How that guy got them from different regions, it's the only way that he got them. So I have a feeling there's a pretty good chance that we might not even be seeing the other starters from those trios in the game, which is sad, because that means my boy Feraligatr won't be in the game. So sad. But honestly, I won't complain about that, because the way they're titling Legends that it's Pokemon Legends Arceus makes it sound like it might be a new series, which that would be amazing. That's like best comes to best. If they make it a new series, that would be incredible. And they do like one for each region. Oh my god, that would be insane. That would be actually insane. There's one issue that I want to talk about with Legends, and this issue is that it is being developed by Game Freak. And as I mentioned in the last video a few hours ago, Game Freak was really lazy, especially, almost primarily, with Sword and Shield. They rushed it. They needed the release date, so they released it even though it wasn't ready. They had the textures and graphics I didn't really care about personally in Sword and Shield, but they had not every Pokemon in the game, not even every move in the game. The game was just not good in general overall, especially compared to other Pokemon games. It was just not a great game. Game Freak went like major lazy pump the game out mode with Sword and Shield, and it was not ideal, to say the least. So Game Freak kind of scaring me as the development team, but the way it looks, it doesn't look like they could mess it up or screw it up too much from what we've seen so far. So I'm praying that stays the case and it ends up being good. If not, I hope they do a pushback. Like, I hope there's a delay on the release date, because if it's not ready, and knowing Game Freak, if it's not ready, they're going to release it anyway, because they're going to make the money regardless. But if it needs a pushback, push it back. It's the same stuff I said with Sword and Shield, and they didn't, and it was not good. That's really the only scare for it, though, the fact that it's Game Freak developing it. Overall, like the concept and everything else seems really good. So if Game Freak doesn't mess it up, It's going to be a really good game. And I just wanted to talk to you guys about how excited I was for these games, especially Legends. So, yeah, that's about it for this video, and I hope you enjoyed both videos today, and I will see you guys in the next one. Deuces.